Hi everyone, it's Traci from Downward Dog Rising. I'm inviting you to do a yoga session with me today in my living room. So my makeshift yoga studio today is my living room. We're gonna do Yin Yoga and we'll do some conditioning mixed in. So I hope you enjoy the session. All you need is your mat, maybe get some water, and then let's get started. I'll also include some extension work in case you sit at the computer for long hours. It'll be really beneficial on your spine to open up the spine and give you some space so you're comfortable and you don't get compressed. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna ask you to kneel on all fours, hands and knees. And then I want you to do 5 cat-cows. Inhale, head lengthens away from your tailbone. Exhale, press your palms into the ground. Lift up your sternum, your breastbone. Get that stretch right in the mid-back between your shoulder blades. 4. Inhale, stretch apart. Exhale. 3. Inhale, stretch apart. Exhale. 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Come back into your neutral. Notice how your entire spine lengthens apart. Now I want you to do part of your cat from cat-cow. Lift your abdominal wall into your spine. We're going to combine a bird dog with our round back cat. And then this is going to strengthen your spine. If you have osteoporosis, just stick to bird dog so you don't round your lumbar spine. So just do it this way, come in. That's if you have osteoporosis. Here's your modification. Otherwise, you can stretch apart, round, look under the armpit. Inhale, stretch apart. Exhale, you're gonna round, lift up your breastbone. 8. Exhale, scoop core tight. 7. 6. 5. Stretch apart. 4. 3. Your pelvis is stable. Fingertips reach away from toes. Last one. Excellent. Switching sides. Remember, your modification would be to hold steady and stable and just go like this in a neutral spine. So if you have osteoporosis, you're not going to round your back like a cat. Inhale, stretch apart, just go like that. Otherwise, you're going to round your back like a cat. Fingers stretch away from toes. Back and hip extension with some flexion as well. Exhale. Inhale, hip extension. Exhale, 8. Tighten your core to your spine. 7, balance. Use your core. 6. 5. 4, fingers away from toes. 3. Exhale, 2 more. Exhale, last one. And exhale, wonderful. Come back in. So now what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you to curl your toes under, and then I want you to float your knees up, set the knees back down. And I actually want you to do this 10 more times, 9 more as you lift your abdominals tight to your spine. 9. You're just gonna lift the knees off the mat. 8. Stretch this part of your back long. 7. 6. 5 more. You just go straight up, straight down. 4 more. Exhale. 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. All right. Next, what I want you to do here, I want you to lift up the knees same way. Hip hinge from the hips. Feel your spine lengthen. Now slowly press into the backs of your thighs. Let the energy go down into the calves, into the Achilles tendons, into your heels. And then just come right above the mat, hover, and then press back again. Pull heart through the arms. Come into the mat and hover, press back again. Shoulder blades to back pockets. Good, hover, press back. Hover, head away from tailbone, neutral spine, press it back. Inhale, exhale, and reach and stretch. 4 more. Press it back. 3. Feel like your spine's lengthening, oppositional energy. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, press back. Last one. Inhale, exhale, press back. Now stretch into your dog, downward facing dog. Look at the knees, stretch legs long. If your heels do not touch all the way down, that's totally fine, no worries. Press your palms firmly into the mat. Pull your heart through the arms, inhale, exhale. Now we're gonna take a step forward, the left knee to your left thumb. And then I'm gonna ask you to go like this. Take your back foot, align the knee with your ankle straight down. Now we wanna pull this left hip back. The right hip faces front, so we're aligned. It's very important that we keep our hips aligned. We wanna have proper alignment. That way we stretch the muscles appropriately. When we get out of alignment and work hard, that's when we run into trouble because the muscles pull differently on the joint angles when we're not properly aligned, and then different muscles kick on that aren't the primary muscles, and then we have compensatory patterns, so it's really good if we could get our alignment. Stay here and breathe. We're in our swan. Flex this front foot to energetically open the space in this hip socket. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. If you have a yoga block, you can bring it out now and use it if you want it. You would bring your mat up to you. Maybe you would take your forearms on the yoga block. Tailbone stretches long out of your center. Give yourself a little chance to warm up some more before you take it all the way down. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel that length in your spine as well. You could either stay here or come into sleeping swan by coming further to the mat, closer. Maybe you'll put your forehead on your yoga block for this one. Relax your shoulders down away from ears. Stay here and breathe. Let those hips release. Feel the hip flexor quad on one side. Lateral hip and glute on this side. Lengthen tailbone out of your center. Head away from tailbone. Stay here and breathe. We'll take 5 inhales here. Two more times. One more time. Slowly come back to your forearms. Take a breath here. Slowly press up to your hands. Then what I want you to do here, curl the toes under your back foot, lift up your knee. Now from here, go back into your down dog, and I want you to feel as if you're stretching that low back far apart away from the breastbone. Lift up the heels, lower the heels, Get a little deeper stretch into those Achilles tendons. Press your palms firmly into the mat, away from your shoulders. Stretch that spine, oppositional energy. 5. Heels come a little closer to the ground. 4 and 3. 2 more. Last one. Take your right knee, walk it forward towards your right thumb. I'm going to join you on the other side. Right knee to your right thumb, walk on through. Come into your swan on the other side. So you want to make sure this right knee drops down, this right hip pulls back, aligning this left hip directly in line with your right hip. Take your back foot, align the knee with the ankle. Remember, our alignment's very important. And then you just let your foot go straight behind you on your mat. Elevate your heart, breathe. Start to let your hips stretch and release. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing in, breathing out. Head away from tailbone. Breathing in, breathing out. Collarbones are wide. Flex your front foot once again to energetically open this hip, keeping the knee and the hip aligned. Breathing in, breathing out. And it's okay if your foot comes in close to your groin, because it's very advanced to have your front knee parallel with your ankle out in front of you. It's really hard to do that. And if you can do that, that's awesome. And do what works for your body in your practice. So avoid forcing anything that's not there yet. Very important not to force yourself, especially in Yin. We find that edge. We commit to the pose, we hold it there, we breathe, but we don't force ourselves to the end range. We need to leave the little space for ourselves to grow into, to work into. By the end of your holding that pose, you leave space to grow, and that's the beauty of Yin. That's how you go deep into the fascia, the webbing. We're going to come to our forearms. Maybe you'll use your block like this, bringing your mat towards you. Breathing in, breathing out. Just giving yourself more time to ease into the pose. Breathing in, breathing out. You could either stay here, or if it's within your practice and you want to take it all the way into sleeping swan, maybe you'll bring your forehead down to the mat and really feel the elongation of your tailbone out of your center. Stay here and breathe. 5 counts here. We're going to breathe in 5 times slowly, exhaling the air back out of our lungs. We're going to purify our system that way, using the breath with intention, taking the old stagnant air and energy out of our body, replenishing it with new energy, new chi, new vitality, new source energy. Two more deep inhales here. One more deep inhale. Feel back, sides, front of rib cage expand, wide open and apart. Lengthen spine. Exhale, softly release. Now slowly, you're going to make your way up to your forearms. Take a breath here. We're making our way back up. And then gently, we're going to press into our palms, coming all the way up. I want you to take the toes of your back foot, curl them under, lift up that knee, and then we're going to swing this leg back behind us. And then one more time, take it into another rest pose. Feel how your arm bones, not rest pose, downward dog, downward facing dog. Feel how your arm bones twist out. And you're just going to be stretching your body, oppositional energy, lengthen apart. I want you to feel that low back open up. Neck is long, just look towards knees. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then gently come on down. Excellent. Now let the tops of your feet rest on the mat. If that bothers your knees, maybe you're gonna go like that, curl the toes under you. I'm gonna try to go to my knees today with the tops of my feet. We'll see what happens. Tailbone stretches long. And then I want you to just feel how your collarbones open far and wide. And then we're just gonna come down to the mat. Maybe we're gonna do a rest pose, a balasana. Maybe you'll rest your forehead like this on a block, pressing your palms to the sky, relax shoulders. Maybe you'll come closer to your mat, see what feels right for you in this moment. Feel the stretch across your upper mid-back. Let the tailbone stretch long out of your center. And this is really good, that decompress that low back, relax shoulders. Inhale, feel your sits bones, the bones you're sitting on. It's almost like they're stretching, they're pulling down to the mat behind you. Open that low back apart. Collarbones open wide. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And then exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more deep inhale. And softly release. Slowly bring your hands under the shoulders. I want you to rise up, head away from tailbone. Now once you come all the way up, I'm going to ask you to do a modified plank where you want to feel how your core draws all the way deeply into your spine. So you want to get that deep core connection. Now imagine you pull in, you lengthen up. That's what's creating the length and the support in your low back area. So it's important your mind connects into your body so you feel that connection. We're going to place our forearms on the mat directly in front of us. And I want you to make sure when you start that your shoulders avoid that type of motion. We want to relax our shoulders down away from our ears. So when we do our modified plank, we're going to curl the toes under, scoop into your center, slide your hips. Your hips are going to be right over the knees in the beginning, and then make sure that your hips don't lift higher than your shoulders. Curl the toes under. Now you let your hips drop. Pull the shoulder blades deeper into your back, tailbone long. And now we're going to hold our modified plank for 10, 9. You can even stretch those heels towards the floor, stretch your Achilles tendons. 8, 7, keep breathing. 6, 5, 4, keep holding. 3, chest is open. 2 more. Last one. Now gently set hips to mat. Your elbows are under the shoulders. Perfect position to come into your Sphinx. So we're going to keep chest open. Our palms just press into the mat. Breathe. Tailbone stretches long behind us. Avoid scrunching those shoulders up. Keep those shoulders down. Maybe tilt chin a baby bit forward. Feel the energy from the armpits go down into your forearms, so you have a pedestal of support and you're not hiking or overworking the top of your shoulders. Think of your abdominal wall like a hammock lifting, supporting your anterior, your spine, creating some support across the low back, lifting sensation. So you can think of the lengthening from pubic bone to navel. Furthermore, think of lengthening from navel to sternum to your breastbone, creating that lengthening effect in your spine. We're going to do a little neck stretch if it feels right for you to do so. If it bothers your neck, stop. Avoid putting pressure on that. Tilt right ear to right shoulder. Stretch left side of neck slightly. Press into your forearms. Take the weight out of the top of the shoulders. Return to the center. Gently allow the left ear to stretch towards the left shoulder as you stretch the right side of your neck. It's natural to feel one side's tighter. Hopefully we don't get too far out of balance, because imbalances are what cause us to be injured. Carefully come back to the center, and I want to do an exercise to help strengthen your upper mid back. And this will help you for when you're sitting at the computer, and it's going to give you some extra support. We're going to lower down to our mat. I want you to take your hands under the shoulders by the sides of your body. And then I want you to do some exercises where you extend, not from the low back, but from the middle back to the top of your head. Shoulders stay down, chest is open. And I want you to slowly hover away from the mat. Your pelvis is stabilized, your hip bones are staying on your mat. Shoulders are down, and then you come right back to the mat again. Now instead of leading with the head or the neck, lead with your heart. Lift your heart, hover off the mat, head comes up last. Come back down, tighten your core, scoop in, 8. Your glutes are also going to work to support your spine. And 7, core scoops in, zips up. Good. 6 more, chest is open. You want to strengthen your thoracic spine. 5 more, and inhale, exhale, scoop in. Inhalation helps the extension, where exhalation supports low back, lumbar spine more. You decide what you need more of. Do you want to come up higher, or do you want to support your lumbar back, low back more? And 3, you're lifting. Chest is open, lower back down. 2 more. Last one, and inhale, exhale, reach. Softly lower. Now, rest your forehead on backs of hands. Nod head side to side. Little neck release. Now wiggle pelvis. Hips go side to side. Release your spine. Now I'm going to show you hip extension, meaning that turns on your gluteals, and sometimes our gluteals can get weak or not turn on appropriately. So I want you to first stretch your tailbone long out of your center. Scoop your abdominal wall up into the spine, away from your mat. Now I want you to engage right here at your glute at the top and elongate straight back. It's not about lifting your leg up high and breaking your lines. You don't want your pelvis to go like this. It breaks your line. It lifts your hip bones from the mat. We don't want to do that. We're working on length and not height. Do 9 more. Your hips are gonna stay stable on the mat. 8 more. 7. Work on length and not height. 6. 5. 4. 3. Hips are stabilized. 2 more. Last one. All right, stay there. Switch to the left leg, all right? I'm gonna turn around and join you. Remember, we work on length and not height. Lifting up too high can hurt your spine and overextend it. So your hip bones hug the mat, your pelvis stays stable, scoop your abdominal wall up and into your spine, and now take your opposite leg, stretch out of your center and lower down. Exhale, scoop in, squeeze at the top, right in there. 8 more, reach and stretch. 7 more, reach and stretch. 6 more, use your core. 5 more, use your core, scoop in tight. 4 more. 3 more, hips are stabilized. 2 more. Last one, reach and stretch. Gently release, wonderful. Rock your pelvis side to side. All right. Now I'm gonna take you into an exercise where you extend arms and legs away from mat. And then I'm gonna call it flight or locust position, but I'm actually gonna call it flight because I'm not gonna hold you in a position. I'm gonna make it more of an exercise for back and hip extension. Your hips hug the mat, and then if you have degenerative disc disease or spinal stenosis, I'm gonna ask you to keep your legs out of this one, because doing the legs and the arms together could end up being too much on your back. So you could either do one or the other, but not both. I don't want to put too much strain. So what you would do is either lift both legs without overextending. That's probably too much, so I'd rather have you keep your legs steady and then just do a small thoracic spine lift like this. Just lift your heart, that's it. You don't have to do anything with the lower back because extension would actually be contraindicated on the low back. So what I'd rather you do is keep your pelvis stabilized and just float your heart up, balance, and come back down. And this is safe for osteoporosis. You would just float your heart up, come back down. Now, as long as you don't have compressed lower back area, compressed lumbar spine, here's something you can add. Then do the leg extension with both legs, because it puts a lot more force on your back to use both legs. So on this one, the legs lift up, the chest lifts off the mat, your heart is open, and then you come back down. Scoop your core tight to protect your spine. Elevate, chin slightly forward and down, 9. And elevate, chest is open, and 8. 7, lift your heart, engage your glutes. Chest is open, and 6. Tighten core to spine, 5. 4 more. And inhale, exhale, reach. Chest is open. And 3. Inhale, exhale, reach. 2 more. You're gonna inhale, exhale, reach. And last one. I want you to inhale, exhale, reach. Wonderful. Rock your pelvis side to side, release your back. Now I want you to roll over onto your back. We're gonna roll over to our back. Lie down on the mat, and I want you to hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Hug knees in, Maybe you'll reach under the knees so you don't put pressure on the knees. 3 deep inhales to the center of your back between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more time. If you do not have osteoporosis, maybe peel your shoulder blades up off mat. Inhale to the center of your spine. Exhale, release. One more time. You're going to inhale to the center of your spine between your shoulder blades. Now exhale, gently release. Lower back down to your mat. Next, I want you to take your right ankle over the left knee, and then I'm going to have you do a little spinal rotation that's more modified than if we have our leg and cross it and go this way. I'm going to have you do a more modified version than doing it this way or with both knees together, just bringing your knees to the side. So let's make it a little easier to twist our spine. And again, it's not always right for your spine to twist it, so know where you're at, what you're allowed to do. With compression of our low back, we don't twist, we just keep it stabilized. So like with stenosis, you're going to avoid twisting your back. So we're going to have our ankle over the knee, and I want you to take your arms into a cactus position, like 90-degree angles. And I want you to feel how that opens your shoulders and your chest. And then say you have osteoporosis and you want to do a slight stretch for your back. You would just go a little bit like this and breathe into your ribs so your rib cage lengthens away from the hip bone. And you could just stay like that and breathe. It's going to feel really nice, elongating your spine. And that's good to do. And then you'll stop there without twisting your low back. And then as long as you don't have like stenosis or osteoporosis, you can go deeper now into your twist. It's still not as much of a twist as if your legs are together, but now you're going to keep both shoulders on the mat. Imagine this opposite shoulder blades melting away from the center of your spine. The edge of your scapula, the spine of the scapula, it's melting down into the mat. Inhale, exhale. You'll even feel how the front of this hip starts to pull apart. Rib cage away from the hip bone. Chest is open. Stay here and breathe. Just doing a little spinal twist after the extension work. It really helps. Breathing in, breathing out. Your head could be neutral to the sky. You could look into the same direction, or you can look opposite for a deeper neck stretch. Do what feels right on your body. You'll start to feel more and more space creeping open here between the hip bone and the ribs. That soft tissue in there starts to open apart. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. Keep chest open, relax your breastbone, your sternum, let it melt down into the chest. You'll feel space open, like my body's adjusting small amounts, and feel a give and it just releases a little bit more. Couple more breaths here, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale. Melt breastbone into chest. Slowly come back center. Undo that leg. Make sure your hips are aligned. Your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, everything's in that same plane of alignment. Now I want you to take, I'm going to switch sides. We're going to take the left ankle over our right knee. Once again, we're going to cactus our arms 90 degrees, opening collarbones wide, shoulders and chest are open. We're going to modify our spinal twist so it'll be safe if you have osteoporosis. If you have stenosis, you wouldn't twist, you would just let your leg go a little bit. Your tailbone is still secure on the mat, and you'd work on the breath work of opening this right side of the rib cage away from the hip bone. You'd work on getting this side to open and release without overdoing it, without actually twisting the spine. You would just stay like this, breathe, and create some space, because ultimately, that's what your body needs. It needs space because it's already compressed together. So you want to elongate, breathe, use the breath to make more room between your ribs. That way you get more space. And then, so you would stop here. If you have osteoporosis, stenosis, hang out here and breathe. Open up the space between the ribs. And then if not, you're going to go deeper into it, keeping both shoulders down against the mat. Your chest is open. That right edge of your shoulder blade is peeling away from your spine, but that shoulder blade is still on the mat. Relax the wrists even as your shoulders open. Relax your wrists. Stay here and breathe. Our psoas is the deepest muscle in our body that goes up through the pelvic floor, goes into our back vertebra. So you may even feel like sensations of something happening through your center, going into those ribs. You might feel pulling apart in there, and that's why. The pelvis has been called the kingpin of the body because it connects our upper and our lower body. It's our pelvis, it's our center. Breathing in, breathing out. When you feel a give, go with it. Go a little deeper without force. Breathing in, breathing out. Those ribs open apart. Create some space. Breathe so your ribs expand laterally. Those intercostals start to stretch between your ribs, opening some more room for your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Openness across shoulders, chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Get your breastbone to relax, getting the air back out of the lungs. Two more deep inhales here. One more deep inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Feel that front of the hips stretching as well. Slowly, I want you to return to the center, taking that ankle down. Now I want you to realign your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles. Chest is open. If there's a pillow under your head, you're going to remove the pillow so you don't compress the spine. You want to feel how you're scooping your abdominals deeply into your back. Avoid letting the knees go out or avoid letting your knees knock together. I want you to feel the bottoms of your feet touching the mat, and then feel how your chest is open. Scoop into your center from pubic bone, zip up to navel, engage your glutes, rise up, and now really stretch your tailbone away from you. Feel the front of your hips stretching, lengthening. Lower your hips straight down. They come down at the same time. Press into all four corners of your feet. Chest is open, weight across shoulder blade shelf. Lower your pelvis straight down. Your abdominals keep pulling into your back. 8 more. Strengthen your back. This is safe for stenosis. This is safe for osteoporosis. No weight in neck. Inhale, exhale, scoop in, stabilize your back. Hips go straight back. 7 more, straight lift, squeeze those glutes. Come straight down. 6 more. We're teaching your body how to stabilize hips, pelvis, to create stability for your low back. Straight back down. 5 more, scooping in deeply, tailbone long, chest open. Come straight to mat. 4. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 3, exhale, lift. Inhale, down. 2 more, really scoop in tight. Squeeze those glutes. Straight back to mat. 1 more time. Scoop in tight. Squeeze those glutes. Bring hips straight to mat. All right, we're going to do reclined butterfly next. Palms to sky. Bottoms, soles of feet come together. Now drop. Ow! I just got a cramp. Whoa. Woo! Okay. All right. That's what happens when you run. Okay. That was intense. I'm going to go for a run too. Right after I finish this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop and get Powerade. I ran out. Now I can't just run with water. It's not enough for me. So now palms are to the sky, butterfly your knees out. This is a great inner thigh stretch and a hip opener. Feel the crease in the front of your hips. And just stay here and breathe. Settle into the pose. Recline butterfly, also known as Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel how those thigh bones, femur bones right here, twist externally deeper down into those hip joints. Loosening up the hips. When you're lying like this, maybe turn head side to side. Feel the stretch in the sides of your neck, collarbones wide open. Breathing in, breathing out. And gently return center. Wonderful. Couple more deep inhales here. Soften your breastbone one more time. Deep inhale. Exhale, gently soften, release. Slowly bring your knees back together. And just do this gentle little windshield wiper side to side on your mat. All right. Next, what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to have you slowly turn to your side, stretch and reach, gently push yourself up. I'll give you the modification first for caterpillar. So if you have stenosis, degenerative disc disease, osteoporosis, grab a blanket to sit tall on, or grab a yoga block right now. And we're not going to emphasize the flexing forward. We're going to have you sit with your sits bones on a block. Then we'll have you stretch your legs in front. So you're up in the air to free some space for the front of your hip flexors, your low back. And then we don't want to round or compress like that. If you elevate straight up, elongate the spine. Now I want you to feel like you're stretching here. Pull this area apart. That's essentially going to open up the low back. You lift your heart as you pull the ribs out of your hip bones. And then I want you to just stop here and hang out. So you're just going to go a little bit to the front with a hip hinge. Flex your feet to stretch those hamstrings long and keep that low back pulling apart. So your osteoporosis, stenosis modifications right here. And I want you to just hang out here and get comfortable with getting your hamstrings to pull out longer and getting those ribs to stretch away from the hip bones. Just stay here and hang. Breathe. Reach through top of head. Relax shoulders out of ears. Just giving you a safe alternative. And if you're not worried about the forward flexion, you don't have osteoporosis or a compressed low back, I still don't want you to round over, but I want you to hinge over the front of your legs. Maybe you'll take something here, maybe you'll grab your ankles, maybe you'll grab your feet, and I'm gonna come down now from the block. So you would keep lifting up your heart, you would keep the space here, maybe you would support your knees, but as you keep lengthening your sternum, your breastbone, and breathing, we're creating length in our spine before we go over. Stay here and breathe. Inhale, exhale. I'm actually thirsty. That means I'm dehydrated already. When you're really thirsty, that lags behind your body's thirst, your mechanism. That means you're already dehydrated if you're thirsty and your mouth is dry. Ideally, you don't want to get that way. Pull your heart through the arms and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Find your edge, commit to it, and then maybe go a little bit deeper. Feel the back of the ribs open apart. Feel those hamstrings pulling, lengthening without overdoing it. Take 3 more deep inhales. 2 more times. One more deep inhale here. Slowly, I want you to rise up, lift your heart, bend your knees in. And I want you to take a deep inhale here. Rise up. Extend your spine, lift heart, exhale. Oh, I'm getting a cramp again. maybe I shouldn't run yet. Oh my gosh, I'm getting cramps. Inhale, rising up. Exhale. It's in the 90s outside. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, slight little back extension. One more time. I want you to inhale, rise up. And gently just swing those arms around. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga workout today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you a little bit of release from pulling or tension in your muscles. Even in your mind, releasing your mind from worry, tension, anxiety. Bring your hands to your heart, feeling grateful for this present moment. Just to experience being in the moment. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. If you like my content, please hit like, share, or even subscribe. That'll help me greatly. Appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. And keep on doing your yoga. Keep on working out. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye. Peace. Bye.